Welcome to the Slow Thought Challenge. It's actually our first Slow Thought Challenge since the recent launch of the Slow Thought movement. And actually we're going to focus on what I consider to be the foundation of awareness. I've made it a 5-minute challenge, really, and I've used the word challenge. It's actually an invitation more than anything. Some people are inspired by challenges, and some people are demotivated by them depending on our perception. But the essence is really to experiment. That's the theme of all these challenges, is experimentation. So there's no failure per se. It's everything is a learning experience, and every effort does not go unrewarded, in the sense that every effort teaches us about ourselves, gives us deeper insight in the inner workings of our mind and our being. So these experiments or challenges are invitations to do that. And today's challenge is exercising that foundation of awareness, that deep awareness. So even though it seems so simple, you'll find, if you're sincere and earnest about it, a lot of things will come up. And whatever comes up is helpful, because it gives you greater clarity, greater insight into how your mind is working, how your being is functioning, if you will. So that's the essence here. So what are we going to do here? It seems so simple that people are going to probably underestimate its significance. All I'm inviting you to do is to spend a little time, let's say 5 minutes, even a minute is fine. Just start the process of looking at what is, being capable of allowing yourself to just follow wherever your mind goes. Now this seems maybe too simple, and I want to stress here, there's a couple of things that are going to come up as you do this. There's certain, people talk about meditation often, and I don't want to confuse this with the mainstream perceptions of meditation, because this could be described as a meditation of sort. But let me draw some of the distinctions here. In classical meditation, the way it's usually presented to people, there is some direction as to what is the right way of meditating. Usually the one teaching the technique per se will say, often, let me give you the common thing, is that meditation is about not thinking. It's about being in a space where you no longer have thoughts. Being in that stillness. That's what meditation is about for a lot of people. Well, the problem is that when you start to define an outcome measure with meditation or any exercise, what really happens is the mind starts striving for that outcome. So, for example, if we believe that meditation is about not thinking, then whenever a thought comes up, we start to go, oh my God, I'm thinking. And our mind starts to move from, thought to thought to thought. We start to feel like we're doing it wrong, or we're not really meditating. And we start to judge the process, and we start to try to change what's going on in our mind. Oh, I'm moving from thought to thought to thought. I shouldn't be doing that. We may feel guilty. So it creates lots of conflict when, in these activities, and particularly what I'm inviting you to do here today, we start to say there's a certain way to do it. And that's precisely not what I'm doing here. I'm saying let's just follow wherever the mind goes. There's certain things that hold us back from that. I've identified the first one, an idea of where the mind should move. And it's interesting to watch that. So again, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying, but to watch how your mind, as you're sitting in silence and just watching where it goes, how the mind may say, hey, look, we need to take it somewhere else, or we shouldn't be here. We should be there. And when that happens, I'm not asking you to get rid of it. See, that's the other part of this, is the desire to get rid of things actually evokes further denial and suppression. So when that comes up, if you have outcome measures in your mind, watch them. Just watch them. And if they want to take you in a certain direction, go in that direction. It's really an effortless approach. The only effort required is to watch. And if you feel that conflict, if you feel that you shouldn't have thoughts, or you should have thoughts, or whatever maybe your definition of what this exercise, watch that too, because it's really free flow here. But the mind will often have its own borrowed ideas of how you should be thinking, and start to impose that upon the experience.